Yeah, it helps if I turn on the microphone. So I'll repeat what I just said. Welcome to episode 15 of the live stream, and yeah, it's good to see you guys again. Noticed you were in Discord, Zukov, waiting, making sure you didn't miss it this time. Uh, So in our little history bit that I'm going to be showing later, there might actually be something which you might be a little bit interested in, Zukov. So, stick around. Hello, Crafty. Thanks for the thanks for the head up. Yeah, I never remember to press that little button on my microphone. It never happens. Excuse me as I slurp on my tea. So what have we been up to? How are you guys? You doing all right? Yeah, that tickled me. All right. Yeah, it's like the Baldrick's moustache from Blackadder goes forth. Very, God, you're on the ball today, Crafty. Wow. So what have we been up to? Anything interesting you wish to share? There you go. If you want to know what color my tea is, there you go. I don't like a particularly strong tea. Oh, okay. Oh, the hush hush mini, is it, Crafty? I am actually looking forward to seeing what you've entered because, yeah. And I got no idea if Goblin is entered. I think he has, but I have no clue what he's doing either. So it's going to be quite a good one. You have a cup of yourself? Well, of course you do, Zukov. We're not savages. So yeah, I haven't really been doing a lot of painting over the last few days. Actually, since the last stream, it's just I don't know. The muse hasn't hit me lately, so the one good thing of me not putting out any videos this month is the fact that I don't actually have to paint if I don't feel like it. Just when I'm on live stream, etc. So what little painting I'm getting done is because of you guys. So I'm blaming you. Oh, ouch. Hurt my ankle. But he has his upsides. I've been able to be very lazy today. How did you hurt your ankle, Zukov? Was this due to imbuement of intoxicating liquids by any chance? So the one mini that I did finish is, you think you saw that me painting him, her, them on stream. So I did finish this person up, which yeah, it was all right. Not terribly happy with it, but not terribly disappointed either. It's painted, therefore it is done. Put a little bit more work into the squig. Gave him eyeballs, but I don't know if you can actually. I tried to give him sort of random roaming eyes to add a bit of character. Did the mushrooms. The base, I don't know what color to do it. I'm thinking maybe grey, sort of like the underdark type, I know that's mixing my Warhammer with my D&D and what have you, but that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. Maybe it should be is more because the cave squigs is maybe make this more of a dark grey with blue mushrooms and object source lighting. Yeah, you know what you can do with that, Crafty. No, that's not happening. I am not doing OSL from the glowing mushrooms, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. What else did I get done? I'm kind of working on a couple of. So he is actually the body of a Vitrix got some picked miniature, but I kind of done him in like turned him into a dude with a hospital gown on. So then I had to give him a magnum, to make him look, because everybody who escapes hospital has to have a big magnum. Oh, jeez. That's it's unfortunate, Zukov. It's nothing worse than when you get an injury and you don't even know how you did it. Speaking of injuries, how's your back, Crafty? So this is using those Scots and Picts, just with the arms from Oathmark Light Infantry. Might notice a slight theme here, because I am going to have to start releasing videos again next month, so it'll be a review of the Scots and Picts miniatures. So this one is a mixture of Frostgrave Cultists 3, Oathmark Orc, and the body of the Vitrix Scots. So yeah, kind of mixing them all back into one, like for my kit bashing video. Back is getting better. The disc is back in. It's now just muscle pain and sciatica. Nice. That doesn't sound good. Chop it off, it'll grow back. I'm a doctor, as long as you're sure. Wow. Yeah. That's that's not such good medical advice. Just fiddling around for a second, just trying to plug my extra light in, because just noticed how it's looking a little bit dark there. Whoa. Nearly knocked over my cup of tea. The anatomy of mushrooms and humans is almost the same. Hate to see the humans you've been looking at, Crafty. I've eaten a lot of mushrooms this week. Wow, Zukov. Straight in there. Poor old Crafty. Yeah, so this week, let me think what we've done. Been to Folly Farm. That was quite fun with the family. That was for our anniversary. Always like to take the family somewhere for our anniversary because I feel like it's not just kind of mine and my wife's day, it's kind of our family day. So we went to the Folly Farm, which was fun. We had a KFC the same day. Still feeling quite full from it actually. A couple of days later. So watched a film. So we watched Nobody 2. Don't know if any of you guys have seen Nobody, but yeah, I watched the sequel for Nobody. Yeah, it was all right. Didn't mind it. Not bad at all. As long as you watch it, not expecting an epic or a classic. It's a bit of no brain fun. What else did I watch? I also watched earlier in the day. Actually, I watched. God, what's it called? I'm getting old. My brain does not want to find it. Matrix. I watched The Matrix with my youngest daughter, so I don't think she was overly impressed, to be honest. I think she was like, "What? What?" Which is kind of amusing in itself. Though she did like Agent Smith, so that was something. At least she's got taste, She likes Agent Smith. But yeah, I haven't done much else. I don't think the wildfires going on in Wales at the moment is making me sort of like I'm not sure where to go where we're not going to be breathing in like half a ton of soot. So luckily they seem to be under control now, so we can maybe for the last week or so of the kids off school, I can take them somewhere. My youngest is desperate to go to a castle, so we definitely have to do that. Everybody likes a bit of Hugo Weaving. That is true, actually. It's hard to think of a role that he did bad in. Yeah. And when I said that, it was Lord Elrond, she was like, "What?" It just kind of shows that she's that he's a versatile actor. When didn't twig on my daughter that he was the same guy. And V for Vendetta. He's in quite a few good films actually. So yeah. So yeah, definitely plan on going to a castle this week. We haven't been to one. We haven't been to one actually this summer holidays, which is bad because we usually go to a few during the summer holidays, and I haven't actually managed to get to any. Someone has asked me before Lord of the Rings was made if he would have made a good Elrond. I would have been 100% said no. I would have been so wrong. Yeah, no. You looking at him, you'd be like, no way would that be Elrond. But it worked. Physically, he transformed himself well, and he did have that sort of authority and aloofness that Elrond, kind of had. So that, yeah, he pulled off the role well. To be honest, that Lord of the Rings, the movies, the casting was spot on. Can't really think of a person who was wrong for the role. No, it's not something. I can't think of anyone that jumps out as, oh yeah, no, that was completely the wrong person. Crafty's found someone that he thinks was completely. Go on then, Crafty. Who was it? Shock us. Elijah Wood. You didn't think that was a very good. Right. Okay. Why was Elijah Wood? Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, because he's only a half elf. He was a bit less floaty like. Yeah, a bit less flouncy. Go on, we're waiting for Crafty's unpopular opinion here. Why was Elijah Wood wrong for Frodo? And who would you have cast as Frodo? Come on. Also, a Sam fan. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Sam is the hero. Everybody knows Sam was the hero of Lord of the Rings. But Frodo is a right whingy git. Yeah, but he was. Frodo was a whingy little power mad, arrogant little hobbit. You know, that's kind of what I always got from the character. Although Tolkien's mixed race people are kind of odd. Half elves seem to be able to choose what they want to be and become either mortal or elves. Elrond's brother became human. I did not know that. Like I said, I'm not. I know of Lord of the Rings, obviously. You know, I kind of think it from pop culture, but I've never actually read the books. I've started, but I've. It felt very much to me like I'm reading a textbook with Tolkien. And I know that's very unpopular, and people are gonna, unsubscribe. But that's kind of how I felt. If you think Lord of the Rings is like a textbook, wait until you get to. Oh no, 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 no! Similarian. Yeah, no, no. I'm all right. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Like it's a bit of a like I enjoy some quite heavy books. Thomas Covenant. I'm trying to think of any other ones that are quite heavy, quite thing books. But I don't know, Lord of the Rings. I love the setting. I love everything that's been done with it, kind of. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Just never really fell in love with Tolkien's style of writing. That's what I think it is with me. It's his style of writing. There are some great bits in it, but some of the bits between them is like reading the duller parts of the Old Testament. Reading oh, let's skip to the good bits of the Old Testament. Wow. Okay, that's and on to our next. Oh, hmm. The whole waiting to leave bag end is basically numbers. Okay. Before I forget, Crafty. Yeah, I'm enjoying your like back to basics range on your videos. Yeah, enjoying them. I think a lot of people are going to get quite a bit out of this. I will say that when I watching the Matrix, saying I was thinking about watching the Matrix again with my daughter. I've never been a huge fan of the Matrix. No, it was a good film. It was like a thing. But I feel like it was good for its time. I think it's kind of lost a lot of what I would have said was, made it particularly good. Like, you know, I know there's people in the world who absolutely adore the Matrix, but yeah, it was okay. It was fine, but it wasn't all that. Especially now looking at it. I never thought it was all that, but I especially don't feel that way now. I think it's yeah, it was pretty good. I must admit, I'm not a huge Keanu fan. I feel like every role he's in, he's a little bit the surfer dude. You're just waiting for like the time traveling telephone box to appear, and in every film that I see him in, it feels that way to me. Zukov, I enjoyed The Matrix. Shame about the sequel. Yeah, yeah. When they started introducing vampires and werewolves and what have you, yeah. I always wanted to see a bit more of the real world in the first film. And then when they did it, the later films, it was bad, so badly done. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, yeah. You have to be careful what you wish for a little bit sometimes in films. Feel like that might be a film that would be worth doing a remake of, because I think they could do it better, so much better now. Both the practical effects, the obviously the VFX, but just everything about it. I think the storytelling, they could tighten it all up a little bit more, and make it flow a little bit better. I've yet to see the new one, so sort of after the first one, I watched the second one, and I was like, yeah. And then the third one came, and I was like, oh. So I haven't actually seen the newest one. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can inflict it on myself, even though like I've seen the others, and I feel like maybe I should finish off the. I was going to say trilogy, but if there's four of them, it's not a trilogy. So yeah, and if it's a little bit low energy today, you'll have to excuse me. It's one of those days. I'm a harsh critic with cinema, though, so I try to be a bit more lenient and less grumpy these days. Give me a bit of Sergei Einstein, and I'm happy. Not a clue who that is. I'm guessing he's not a local. um, I try. I try to take things on face value. I don't go looking for flaws in stuff, but sometimes you do feel a little bit. You can't help but you know but find the flaws in stuff, and you know especially if you can't connect with like a lead character or something, say let's say something like the remake of Battlestar Galactica, like it's just like you can't just you, you just can't connect with anyone, everyone's, watch Terminator 1 and 2 as the first two Matrix films and pretend Neo is John Connor. That's a trilogy. Wow, okay. That's a mashup for you. Best Soviet director, Battleship Potemkin and Alexander Nevsky, etc. Right. I can't say I'm into Russian theatre films all that much, Zukov, to be able to. I think I might have hit a raw spot with Crafty. Alexander Nevsky was such a good film. It got him out of Uncle Joe's bad books, and he was a bit of a strict boss. So, okay, Zukov, do you have Russian ancestry or something, or what's? Give me the lowdown. What's your fascination with Russian culture, should we say? We have a Russian neighbor. Hardly ever speak to the lady. Seems pleasant enough, but just not really. Our paths don't cross, really. Nope. Now 3/4 English and 1/4 from Cork. Okay, so educate me, Zukov. How did you come by your fascination for all things Russian? Because I wouldn't have said that it was that common, I would say, amongst British people to have a strong bond with the Russian peoples or literature or history, etc. If anything, we've got quite a frosty one at the moment with them. So, you know. Our royals were family. What with each other? Yeah. Have to keep that blood blue. With the Tsar and his glorious Latin. Okay. Let's just say I'm a touch left wing. A touch left wing. Bit hard to elaborate without breaking the no politics rule. Not moaning, it's a good rule in hobby spaces, so invoking my right to remain silent. Okay, yeah, no. Did toy you with the idea of using the channel for some Red Army bolt action content for a while. Nice. Crafty's up for some Marxism. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, it's only my channel, as much as I'm the person you can hear. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, okay, interesting. I do like. I am not a Marxist or anything like that. We would disagree on a bunch of stuff. I'm sure we would, Zukov. But I think we'd also agree on a lot of stuff too. But I personally like that people have different ideas. I think it's a very important thing. So the fact that you feel a certain way, good on you. At least you're not following what you're told to believe and what you're told to conform to. I think that's a good thing. Making your own mind up about everything is important. And whether I agree or anyone else agrees, that's by the by. Finding your what you want to stand for is important in life. Weirdly, I'm similar, but from the German perspective, without the political leaning, I must stress. But the history between the countries is fascinating. I think, yeah, Germany, unfortunately, because of obviously their World War II antics, they've been tarred with that for a long time. But like historically, they have some fascinating history. The Germans and what have you. I'm sure there are other places people would be more interested in my musings on the current read on the government of China, Volume 1. Okay. German history is great. I did British and German history A level, Crafty. I enjoyed the Bismarck era. It's kind of crazy. He basically unified Germany himself. Okay, we're starting to get into history that I am not very well versed on. So, but yeah. I think to be honest, most European history is interesting. As a European, and I'm sure that also reaches out further, further afield. If you've got an old enough country to have a history, you got an old enough country to have an interest in history, because history is always interesting, whether it's for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. Uh, I was my daughter is starting her studies for GCSE this year, and like this is really riling me up for that. I should be a bit more. Maybe I should be like, no, that's good. Learn about other cultures and what have you. But one of their main topics for their history that they have to study is uh, based on America. So it's all about like independence and their civil war and stuff like that. And I feel like maybe we should be teaching children about British and European and such history, and not falling into this thing of, oh, the world is America, everything should be American. Not that I got anything against America, but we've got enough of our own history without studying, other countries, other worlds. America feels like another world at the moment. Other countries, histories. Like my daughter is 14, going on 15, and she has never studied the kings and queens of England. She doesn't know half the things that I was taught when I was in school, because maybe they're touchy subjects. I don't know, but it just seems stupid how you're teaching about other nations and not your own nations. Like, especially now in Wales, there is a big drive for, like, children to learn Welsh. So you have to keep Welsh on for GCSE if you're in Wales. And, the importance of like stuff like Welsh back, which is another qualification in Wales. And yet, when it comes to stuff like history, they're not teaching Welsh history for one, but then not teaching even British history. And it's like, what? I don't get that. We should be learning from our mistakes as well, not looking to other countries and thinking about, oh, well, they did this or this happened then or whatever. Like another thing they were thinking about is the American Depression and all. I was like, well, the American Depression also affected us. It wasn't just in America. This this thing, a full view of what's happening. Another thing they were learning about with the KKK, etc. And it's like, really? We have bad things that you can learn about in Britain if you want to learn about, British history, etc. America. Yeah, same view we did. Prohibition in GCSE for some reason. Would have much rather had English Civil War and Saxon England. Yeah, well, exactly. Because there's a lot of interesting stuff that happened in the UK. We don't need really to be teaching about weird places. The Civil War is interesting as it really is a precursor to the type of warfare we had in World War One, and somehow didn't see it coming. The Plantagenets should be. Yeah, she doesn't know anything about any of those. The Plantagenets. Yeah. Sounds about right. Zukov. Owen Glyndŵr should be like a whole term just learning about Owen Glyndŵr. There you go. When Owen, tried to go down with the man. Oh, am I spotting a link here? Zukov, you're like Owen Glyndŵr, who like thing that raised up against the man, and I can explain why we don't look at English history at the moment as someone who is training to be a history teacher, but it goes a little political, so I won't. Yes, but all right, even if all right, even if you disagree with whatever it's teaching, or you feel like the history is wrong or right or whatever, you should be taught it. It happened. It's not for us to rose tint it. And I know you feel that same way, Crafty. It's not for us to rose tint it or even say it was bad or whatever, but it's for us to teach it so that people know the history. You can't just like pretend it didn't happen and, thing like, oh, well, we'll look somewhere else. That's not how you learn. That's not how society learns. Oh, it's. Sorry, I just. just. Yeah. Having a kid who's doing GCSEs, well, having two kids who recently done them or is doing them, I'm just like, PGSE Crafty, how you find it? Yeah. My brother is a qualified teacher. He did the whole university, all that shit. And when I tell him what they're teaching children now, to see him squirm is quite funny, actually. Yeah, I studied German, Zukov. My German is shocking. Yeah, German is easy. I'm just terrible at languages. Like I've said before, I have troubles with English, let alone any other language. No, I don't think it helps with my dyslexia. It's a little bit, everything's weird. Strangely enough, learning other languages just complicates things. I did have family from Germany. Uh-huh. Are we going back, all the way to the Anglos and the or are we talking more recently German? We're talking about these tribesmen that came across or whatever. That's the thing. Having having a varied family tree must be interesting. As far as I know, my family tree is like Welsh, back to back to God knows when. My great auntie was a midwife and delivered me. Oh wow! I have ancestry that goes back to Old Saxon. That's cool. I've never my one aunt has like done our family tree back to God knows when. But I don't really know much about uh, our family tree very much. No, it's it's quite big at one from the one side of my family. They had like I think my grandfather on my dad's side had something like 9 children or something, and it's like yeah, and that was kind of not uncommon amongst that side of the family. Just go quiet for a minute as I'm doing a bit of detail. Da, 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 da. Mine's Birmingham as far back as we can go, but the surname's Saxon from a very small part of Yorkshire, so they must have come south at some point. Right, this is the thing that's thrown me. My surname is very Anglo-Saxon. Very Anglo-Saxon. I mean, you couldn't get much more Anglo-Saxon, as in it describes the job that they did, etc. So it's very un-Welsh. So it's weird that I have that surname if my family, as far as I know, are like, Welsh through and through. Hello, Goblin. How you doing? Yeah, so it's a bit of a weird one. So I do wonder if, although, like, obviously my father's family are very, very Welsh, um, and that's obviously where I got my surname from. I'm wondering if somewhere down the line there must have been an Anglo-Saxon influence or something for us to have the surname. Hmm. Yeah. Could be. It might be something to do with that goblin. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Really not sure. Because obviously, don't say my surname, Goblin or Crafty, because you both know it. But it's a very English Anglo-Saxon name, so it, yeah, yeah, that's true, Goblin. Yeah, Zukov. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, Goblin's probably, although he's a Scottishman, he was born in Wales, and he, he's more probably more Welsh than I am, even though he's Scottish. he speaks the lingo and everything. And, like I've said many a times, I come from the most English Welsh town ever, so I was brought up that way, and it's yeah. When I was growing up, I'm trying to think if I knew anyone who spoke Welsh at home. Shh, my cat's talking to me. Um, I don't think I did. The the town that I was born in was not Welsh friendly at all. Yeah, my cat. She's trying to be in on the stream. What do you want? What are you doing? Oh, you might get a brief appearance. Come here. What's that? What's that? What's this? You can come this way a bit. You can let people see you. No, you want to be elusive, don't you? Yeah, well, so is mine, Goblin. Oh, come here. There's me cat. There you go. Is that it now? That's my painting done, is it? Uh, yeah, that fits to my job as well, though, Goblin. Just run out of witches. Damn you. We're too efficient. What? Are you move? Don't think anybody wants to see your butt for sure. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you going to get down? Go on then. Right. Can I move you? Can I move you without you going all pissy with me? There you go. It's a bit of a quiet night tonight, isn't it? Not many people. Must be everybody's out and about. So thank you for coming around, Goblin, Zukov, and Crafty. Otherwise, it would have been me just talking to myself and the cat, which, that's a typical kind of night for me. Yeah, so I've titled this one "Dodging the Wildfires." Wow, the wildfires around here lately. Damn, people have been setting them up, setting them off, and we've had some historic buildings burned down, and yeah, it's been terrible, really bad. It's been yeah. I've never known it this bad with people setting fires during the summer and all, and it's almost like it's a bloody it's a pastime for people at the moment. The English built castles are still standing. Yeah, there's a historic building which was designed by some bigwig like Regent Street architect. Is by me. It's a grade 2 listed building, and that's caught fire and it's burnt right down. Some teenage assholes, excuse the French, apparently set it on fire and just burnt the place completely down. This historic building is completely gone now, thanks to some idiots. Yeah, we've had some rain, but it's kind of like not what we need. We need a real good downpour, and we need a bit of sustained rain, I think. They were Fred right. That's it. Get the rate, goats. The general consensus of opinion is if people could get their hands on the kids, kind of hope that I hope they're not just let off with a slap on the wrist, because people will be a bit annoyed. We lost the listed building due to dodgy vape shop. I remember hearing about that. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. One of the things that is being brought in it by this government is that they were thinking about uh, cutting back on or giving councils the ability to stop so many vape shops from opening up, which can't be a bad thing. You don't need like 20 vape shops on a street. The castle in Aberystwyth is pretty tumbled down. I know during the Civil War, Cromwell vandalized a lot of them to stop them from being occupied by the royalists. Oh yeah. A lot of the damage to the castles sort of stem from one, they haven't been upkept. Now they are so much, but yeah, the Civil War did a lot of damage to them. Vape shops, charity shops, and coffee shop. I've got nothing against coffee shops. not not that I drink coffee, but you know. But how shall we launder money without the vapes? I do like the way you said, "How shall we launder the money?" Are you trying to say something there, Crafty? Yeah, you especially like castles like Drysloin and Dinevo Castle. You can climb around them as much as you want. There's no one ever there, so you can literally climb on them if you wanted to. Not that I'm advising that. You know, these are historic monuments, but you can. Oh, is that what caused the Wonky Tower, Goblin? Why am I not surprised? Best Midlands castle is Warwick. Yeah. Even I know of Warwick Castle. One of the people I watch on YouTube, they help do. I don't know. There's some sort of historical advisor for Warwick Castle. Hmm. Oh, that was the list. Okay, yeah. Found a monk's wine tunnel filled with explosives. Nice. Right, I'm gonna wash my hands because I'm gonna do a bit of like our little show and tell, and I don't really want paint on my hands for the things I'm gonna be showing you because one of them is very old. I can add a few more berries, you know, and the other one is probably gonna pick up my fingerprints if I've got too much oils on my hands. So I'm gonna quickly go and wash my hands. Excuse the grubby sheet that I've got down. That's my water. I'll be back in a moment. What's it? Are there plots going on behind my back? But what? Hmm. Okay, so show and tell. So now I love ancient Egyptian stuff and the Egyptology, and so this really is my jam, so to speak. So it's kind of a plain looking guy, but you can kind of see him on the camera. And it's a little like mummy, I suppose, or sarcophagus little figure. So we've got a little authenticity certificate here. So it's an original ancient Egyptian. Okay, I'm going to butcher the name of it. Shabti, the afterlife servant of the mummy, partial blue glazed, dated between 664 BC to 332 BC. So yeah, so he used to have the blue glaze on him, but you can only just kind of pick out the blue glaze still on him. But he's kind of an old boy, so we'll give him that. That he's a he's aged. He's aged. Are you guys still there, or have I booted you? I'll give you a minute to Hello. My internet connection has gone to pot lately. It just sums up everything. I think you're the only one who's back, Crafty. um, I don't know where it cut out, so I'll give it a minute. See if we gain anyone. It's the mummy's curse. It doesn't like me showing its little baby. See if I can bring the camera down a little bit while we're recovering from that. Can you hear me? Is everything okay? Let me just move that for a minute. You might have a little banging on the microphone. Excuse that. You can hear. Okay. The mummy's curse. Yeah, well, the focus is my fault. That's nothing to do with any curses. So yeah, it was found by the Scottish Duke, well, in his collection, the 10th Duke of Hamilton. He was the ambassador to Catherine the Great, and as well as being the Lord High Steward to both King William IV and Queen Victoria. He was so enamored with his devotion to his collection of antiquities, he was mummified after death. There you go. and buried in an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus within his family tomb. From the 25th century, dynasty, 25th dynasty to the late period, one of a group of fine small tomb pieces was acquired. A shabti, also known as a shawabti and ushabti, is generally a mummified small figure found in many ancient Egyptian tombs. They are commonly made of blue or green glazed Egyptian. I can't even say that word. Faience. But can also consist of stone, wood, clay, metal, and glass. The meaning of the Egyptian term is still debated. However, one possible translation is the answerer, as they were believed to answer their master's call to work in the afterlife. Since the 4th dynasty, 2613 to 2494 BC, for instance, the deceased were buried with servant statues like bakers, butchers, and provided their owners with eternal sustenance. After the death of Cleopatra in around 37 BC and the close of the Ptolemaic dynasty, no shabti were produced for the service in Egyptian mummies' tombs. A spell was oft written on the shabti so that it would awaken as planned. This is the Shabti spell from the chapter 6 of the Book of the Dead, and reads as follows: O Shawabti, if name of deceased is called upon, if he is appointed to do any work which is done on the necropolis, even as the man is bound, namely to cultivate in the fields, to flood the riverbanks, to carry the sand of the east to the west, and the back again, then here am I. You shall say, Pi established the 25th dynasty and appointed the defeated rulers as their provincial governor. Wow, this is blah, blah, blah. If you want to read it, there it is. You can always pause it and read through it. I'll go nice and slow. There you go. But that's what it is. Still breathing out the dust from the gas mask that I tried on the other week. So yeah, I won't I won't keep trying to talk like that. Yeah, I did just read that curse unto you, Goblin. That's just, share and share alike. You're my peeps. Come on, if I'm going to be cursed, you guys are going to be cursed too. So that's the first piece of of history, a very old piece of history, and really up my sort of alley because I love ancient Egyptian stuff. The Egyptians, the Victorians were a weird lot, especially when it came to mummies. They used to have parties with mummies on the table and eat them. Ew. The Victorians loved an odd hobby. Did you just read the curse out? Yeah. Also, the thing that I always remember reading was that it was cheaper to use mummies as a cheap alternative to coal. So they used to use them on the railways, etc. They used to just buy them by like the pound or whatever and stuff these mummies into into the train engine, the steam engines, which it's kind of that does it well, but we have different sensibilities than our forebearers. And the idea of stuffing a dead body into a steam engine in order to power it, because it's cheaper than buying coal, is yeah. I don't think that would go down particularly well these days. Okay, so the next one actually has a mention of someone in chat here. Is mentioned briefly. So this is the Jersey Evening Post. I'm gonna have to move the camera back up again so that I can get it in camera. Bit of wobble cam for a second while I try and get this. There you go. That's a bit better. So this was an Evening Post from Jersey, June 25, 1945. So yeah, it cost you 1 penny at this point in time. Let me try and find the bit that I was referring to. Moscow celebrations. Nazi banners in Red Square dust. 640 German battle flags were trailed in the dust around Red Square in Moscow yesterday during the triumphal victory march of the Red Army and flung on the pavement before Lenin's mausoleum. The masked bands were suddenly silenced as the flags reached the mausoleum. To the sound of the muffled drums, the Red Army men advanced abreast of the building. And having celebrated the historic rite of grinding the enemy's flags into dust, the symbolic markings the triumph of the Russian army, they marched on, says MS Handler, BUP Moscow correspondent. Where was I? Here we go. Marshal Roskovsky, dressed in a buff blue and green uniform, commanded the parade, which was reviewed by Marshal Zhukov in the driving rain. Rakovsky gave a memorable exhibition of horsemanship as he rode his nervous charger up and down the square. 5 marshals, Malinkovsky, a bunch of Russian names which I cannot pronounce, and generals. Yeah, so there you go, Zhukov. You know, I thought I'd bring back some old memories for you. But yeah, it's fascinating to read the stories. Like, obviously, the big story of the day was the story of the fight for Okinawa. Things how it's the bloodiest battle in all history. There is the description of the struggle for Okinawa, which is at last in American hands. On this little strip of land, 320 miles south of Japan, there died 105,000 men, 661 men, while 37,769 were wounded and captured. Never before in any battle has there been such a high ratio of dead to wounded. Most of them were Japanese. 94,401 killed and only 4,000 captured. It's a horrific read. The price that the United States had to pay to win their springboard for an attack on the Japanese mainland was 11,260 killed and missing and 33,769 wounded. It's like horrific numbers when you look at the things that, but maybe slightly less thing is how life was kind of still carrying on. So rationing, they were thinking about like the footwear and all. Infant shoes cost 1 coupon, child shoes cost 3 coupons, etc. Of course, Jersey had been in the German hands, so this was probably kind of them trying to return back to more normal life. Houses for sale. Price £750 each. Apart from the mount was worth a bit more. That was worth £800. So yeah, wow. Okay. property for sale. Nicely situated and compact residence comprising of 2 double bedrooms, 2 single bedrooms, bathroom, drawing room, dining room, kitchen, scullery, conservatory, 2 lavatories, a garden greenhouse, gas and electric lighting, main drainage, all in good order, possession by arrangement and drainage, all in very good order. Price £1,500 freehold. Wow, that was an expensive property then, wasn't it? It's like, hey, there we are. A residential bungalow was going for £900. So yeah. And someone's selling their car for sale. Essex Sun sedan car. Owner driven, mileage 10,800 miles, self starter. Wow, it was high tech, mechanically perfect, and in good working order. Any trial. So you have to write to the paper to find out how much that actually cost you, though. So yeah, it's funny to see how things change. But yeah, and it was like obviously just after the war, paper was still quite thing. So it's only like a 4-page newspaper, which is quite strange. But yeah, there's like births, deaths, and marriages. It's a fascinating thing. Try and fold it so it doesn't break. So yeah, the weather forecast for the 24 hours beginning at noon today states a ridge of high pressure extends from the Azores to Great Britain and is moving slowly southeast. It will be mainly fair or fine. There you go. So it was nice weather, but it's fascinating. Mine leaders warning. A most serious situation confronts the coal industry, said Mr. Will Loafer, president at the Mine Workers Conference in Blackpool today. He added that if the coal shortage went on, it would make England the distressed area of the world. A huge sum was needed for replanning in accordance with the national plan, but private enterprise could not do it. Press association. Yeah, so it was thinking like, keeping everything, he couldn't think it privately. More Colorado beetle outbreak reported. Ooh, those Colorado beetles. So yeah, it's there you go, a historic newspaper as well from June 25th, 1945. Hello, Danny. How are you doing? Sorry, I didn't know she'd come in. I was reading my newspaper. No need to apologize at all, Danny. Glad you could make it. I have to try and get that without. So yeah, of course, the best Red Square parade of the war was still the 1941, celebrating the anniversary of the revolution. Oh, thank you. Yes, I tried to put my good reporter voice on. You're lucky though, Danny. You missed the curse that I've bestowed upon the others. Reading from the Book of the Dead. So yeah, you'll get off fine. So just a quick look down, Danny, rather. So he's a little Egyptian artifact. So that's what you missed. Yeah, well, I'll show him it. I won't read out the inscription like I did to you guys. You know, I'm just the gift that keeps on giving. You know, if I'm going down, I'm taking you guys with me. So yeah, a little Egyptian mummy figure. Blink 6 times and whistle to the wall. Okay, goblin. Is this like the Macbeth superstition? Is it? I've never heard that one. Wow. Okay, crafty. Just watch out for the thing of frogs and the plague of frogs. Yeah, well, it's a Scottish play. I thought you'd welcome it, Goblin. Yeah, they're not expensive to be honest, Zukov. Obviously, if you aim for like certain dates, they're gonna cost more. But if you go for dates which are sort of around that era, they're not bad. You can get like sets of them from different places. I have a few bits from the war. Not much though. Yeah. To be honest, there's so much from World War II, etc., that people just don't value them. They just so you can get them. That was just me dropping something off the table. Don't worry, I'm not dead. That wasn't the curse. But I'm not going to show it this time, but I will show it next time. Maybe you'll be able to see that. But yeah, I'm not showing that this time. My brother's given me so much stuff to show that I'm going to have to try and keep everything. A little booklet of World War II propaganda to get people to join the Royal Navy without having to be conscripted. It has a very attractive description of the menu on a British warship. I bet it does. I'm sure they didn't tell you that you'd be eating like boiled potatoes for months. Yeah. Everything's okay, Daddy. It was just the Egyptian curse trying to get me. I'm too quick. I'm too fly. Wow. Yeah, I have a few Russian things actually, Zukov, which you might be interested in seeing. And a book about women and anti-aircraft operators the government issued to try to make people be less sexist about them. Right, okay. That's cool. I have a replica of a newspaper from when the Titanic sank. And there's a whole like most half the newspaper is sort of covered in stories about obviously the people who died and the survivors, etc. But then at the back there's a little like column, and it must have been like you write into the newspaper, and this preacher replied to your questions, and it was like, oh, how do I stop, this gentleman had written in, how do I stop my wife from gossiping? And this preacher ripped back, You should not stop your wife from gossiping. It's in her nature to gossip, and it's a woman's prerogative, etc., to gossip. And it is the only way that a gentleman can actually find out what's happening in the world. And it's funny how it would never go down these days, but how in that day it was like, it's him giving his earnest, response to the thing of women can gossip because they will tell you what's happening in the world. And it was so funny. Uh, got some funny memoirs from British and Anzac soldiers in the jungles of the Burma. Poor sods. Yeah. 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 Whenever you look on some of the older things, how they talk about women, it was very much like they're trying to be like modern men and what have you, but they talk about women in such awful ways. uh, One soldier recounts how they could pour the contents of a can of corned beef out like liquid. Oh, oh, yuck. Goblin, I'll screenshot that for you for if I need to use it in the future. We've all got something on Goblin now, though. We can use against him now when when we want him to do something for us. Calling his missus the worst gossip ever. Maybe if I shout it loud enough, she'll hear. It's okay. I tell her daily, sometimes hourly. Wow. How does she put up with you, Goblin? How does she put up with you? So how have you been, Danny? We've gone through everybody else, checking in on everyone. How have you been? Or, have you gone? You might have gone. Medication and wine. Wow. Yeah. What happens if you can't drink wine because of your medication, though? That's the problem then. Hmm. Hmm. All right, sorry. Doing well. I'm glad you're doing well. Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, Danny has a on Discord. If you go over to our Discord, you will see that Danny has got a project coming out on Steam, and he was looking for any artists that might be available to do a little thumbnail, I believe, was it, Danny, for his project that he's got coming. So if anyone's got any artistic abilities, maybe go and check the Discord out, and you'll be able to maybe get in contact with Danny and help out. An icon. I cannot draw for love nor money, and do not want to try to use AI. Yeah. There you go, Danny. Set you up with the crafty. He did actually study art. Got Danny. So crafty might be your guy. Maybe you just have to twist his arm a little bit. Send him some mushroom spores in the post or something. Mhm. not really feeling painting mood at the moment, so it's it might be just watching my hand and me talking to you guys might be what you get for another few minutes. The cat trying to break the door down. My daughter let her out, and now she's desperate to get back in. Let me let the cat in and see. Come here. Come on there. Yes. Oh. Did also pick up the Star Trek Into the Unknown. Ooh. I don't think I know that game. Is that a board game or a like miniatures game, Danny? Just need to capture the truth and say, make it so. Let me just move that light on. There you go. Now I can. Everything's gone very yellow. All right, I'll keep that light on then. There you go. Can both, I think. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I know it. It's not the one. Is that the one by Modiphius? Or is this? sorry, Cat. Thank you. yeah, I had to make sure I had a good internet connection when I was reading from the Book of the Dead. Quite right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I think I've had bad internet for a couple of days. I think I'm gonna have to get in contact with them yet again. I got the same problem that keeps popping up, and they keep saying, "Oh, it's fixed. We've done it. We've come out. We've looked at it. It's done." And every time it comes back. So I think yeah, they're trying to trick me into believing that maybe it is better, and I don't think the internet is better. Might have to change internet providers. So, did I miss anything? Oh my god. Um, Tess, do you mind? Really? Everything's very quiet your end. I cannot see any talking going. I'm hoping. You can see the cat, so I'm assuming you can see what's happening. But hmm. Hello. Hey, cat. We can hear you. Okay. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, so any recommendations for a good internet provider server? You're busy admiring cat. She is a picturesque cat. I haven't mentioned anything about the Ranger of Shadow Deep or anything. Yeah. What was I saying? I ain't got a clue. Oh, there's yeah. New Sky. Yeah. Ready to shadow deep. Yeah. Everybody take a drink. Right, yeah. I was with I was with Sky for a long time, and then I went over to Shell, and I had a good connection with Shell. But then Talk bought out Shell, and now it's like, so yeah. And the thing is when they switched me over from Shell to Talk, we kept the Shell box, and they haven't sent out a new Talk box. Well, I think that's causing a lot of problems, but of course they won't do anything about that. Cat, do something. Yeah, well, there we are. I'll put to make sure that we know it's a painting channel. We'll put a paintbrush. There you go. Do you want a paintbrush? Cat said no. Ellie, stop chewing on my. Ew! Just chewed on my brush. Oh, thank you, Tess. Yuck. I don't think she's going to eat it though. That paintbrush needs to clean. It does now, for damn sure. It's got cat drool all over it. Oi, I'm sure they don't want to see you washing your butt. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. We'll pluck her later. Should be a cheap version of a Klinsky sable. Yeah, and another thing I was gonna think was I shouldn't, but I'm really kind of thinking about doing like a slow grow, like game, where I can sort of start a new army or a new thing slowly. But I'm trying to think of what game to do it for. So, as much as I don't really need to start a new army or a new group, any suggestions on what I could do? Just as I say that, Danny says Pillage is out, coming out with a new starter set. Oh wow, okay, that was well timed. Vikings and the Irish. Okay. Dark Age Welsh. Yeah, I can't find many Welsh miniatures. I wouldn't mind doing like a Great Helm is a corker. You need 6 minis. Yeah, I want to try to do something like a slow grow though. Something I can like, oh well, this month I'll buy like the base minimum you need for a game. And then like over a bit of time start building on it, that sort of thing. So 6 minis, like if they're night minis, I probably already got them to be honest. So it's a little bit. You can get Victrix. Victrix has a load of Welsh minis. Really, Danny? Okay, I'll definitely have to have a look. Enormous Napoleonic army, hundreds of infantry, dozens of cavalry, whole batteries of cannons. Yes, slow grow was the idea, Zukov. Yeah. Plus, I know nothing about Napoleonics, so that might be a thing. I'll end up with the French being mixed in with my British Army, etc. English. The new Oathmark rule set is out soon as well. Yeah, that was one of the things I was thinking about. Bolt action. Yeah, bolt action. Oathmark. Good shouts, really. I was thinking like I love Dead Zone. Maybe starting a new faction for Dead Zone or One Page Rules. I've never played that, so I could think about maybe doing something about that. Crafty knows a lot about the Napoleonics. He loves the French. Yeah, yeah. I think he said he's got French in him, didn't he? He said it earlier in the stream, I think. Um, yeah, bolt action is a good shout for slow grow. Right. Okay. Bolt action. Never played bolt action. Like the look of it, but yeah, because chances are I'm not going to play it against anyone, so it doesn't really matter if it's not like a legal army. So yeah, hmm. Oops. I One page rules with ranges of shadow deep redressing. Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to arrange something crafty one day. Me, you, Goblin, and whoever else wants to turn up. We're gonna have to meet up somewhere, and we'll have to get you know like a little convention gaming day sorted out where we can all meet up somewhere and yeah. But Doom 1409, that's a bit more of a skirmish game, is it? So my thing is I want to try and start. I've never done an army game, never have. So like Kings of War, I like the look of that. I love the idea of the basing of miniatures, like a bunch of miniatures together, and you can have like scenic bases, which kind of like a mini dioramas. I like that idea too. Yeah, yeah, that's what I think. The one page rules kind of does that, don't they? Danny. I know they got miniatures, but generally speaking, it's what miniatures you want. War Machine, yeah, I was never War Machine. Kind of came out originally, I think, in between when I was like on my hiatus from gaming, sort of thing. So I'm kind of yeah. I don't know much about War Machine. Uh, yeah, yeah, Goblin. I don't know. That's it. There's so many games around at the moment. I don't really want to. I don't know. I don't want to go down any sort of blind alleys of buying into a game and then being like, "Ugh." Although to be honest, like I said, I'm not going to actually probably play the game anyway. But yeah, I could do that. I could do like one page rules and do it as a Middle Earth. Ooh, ooh, yeah, that might be. Hmm, that might not be a bad idea actually. Uh, Different scale. That's what I was thinking. I was kind of also leaning towards Flames of War. Yeah, Flames of War. That's the one I was thinking of. As because different scale, different, you know, and 15 mil or whatever Flames of War is, you can store it easy. Drop some commander. That was one I was looking at for years, and then the original owners of it went bankrupt or whatever, and they sold it off to TT Combat. So it made me then question whether there was much of a because it had gone bankrupt once. I was worried that the next company that bought it might go bankrupt, so I never really bought into it. But yeah, Drop Zone Commander and Drop Fleet, etc. I did like the look of that, and I was looking seriously into that before the original company went tits up. Does have lots of support now, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and it's different enough. Maybe for me, that might be a better shout because you know how I am with the historicals. I feel a bit uncomfortable playing games, from World War II, etc. Oh wow, okay. Did the drop fleet just just got a cat ear stuck in my mouth? Did drop fleet did drop fleet day in London with Andy Chambers? Cool. It's nothing to do with me, Zukov. You can't blame me. I had nothing to do with that. You should have stuck your fingers in your ears and went la 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 when I started reading it. Who are you saying why to, Crafty? Was it to me? Uh, wow. All right, chat is zooming. Lots of good proxies for Lord of the Rings minis, Victrix, late Romans for Gondor, Anglo Saxons for Rohan, Vikings for Dunland. Yeah, that's true, Zukov. That's a good shout. It has the best sci-fi ship-to-ship combat I've seen. Oh, really? See, that's something I played X-Wing with my daughter. My daughter loved X-Wing. So, yes. And spaceships is not something I paint. It's not something I'm that well versed with. So, something different. Warcrow. Right. Oh, not playing historical. It's more not playing World War II games. It's more than historical. I feel a little bit like we've talked about this before, Crafty. My wife's grandfather was caught during World War II by the Japanese. He was a prisoner of war for many a year, and he came back. Well, a tortured man, literally and figuratively. Uh, and I don't know, just the idea of playing a game set in an era when that man was alive and the things he went through. I don't know. I feel awkward playing a game about that, sort of thing. Battletech. Trouble is with Battletech is, from what I understand, it's very, 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 very crunchy and very bookkeeping heavy. The minis look cool. They do look cool. Ah, really, Goblin? Wow. Okay. Of course you can, Danny. Danny's the man who will figure something out for us. Yeah, my wife's grandfather was prisoner of war in Kinkasaki. So when Singapore fell, he was caught. You've noticed that too, Zukov. Yeah, it's like everybody wants me to spend my money on everything. I'm not that rich. I'm in the mission to fill every need that I have in my gaming. Yeah. I need something about zombie cowboys fighting Napoleonics with Saxons in it. Hang on, I've written something about that. Daddy goes. All right. There were boys who spoke Welsh, and that kept him going. Nah. Yeah, I was. Yeah, it's part of the reason why I can't do like World War II historicals. There you go. That's what I have troubles with. Although I kind of like the idea of the miniature games. You know, I have like obviously, especially Flames of War. I suppose you could play that. Is that Cold War version of Flames of War in there? That's an option as well. My grandfather was lucky, just too young for the war, so did his national service peacekeeping in Italian Yugoslav border. Wow, okay, Zukov. My grandfather, um, when he was younger, crashed his motorbike and he screwed up his leg, so he couldn't actually become a soldier. So he became an MP because apparently he could still become an MP. So he was my grandfather was an MP during the war. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Danny. I still haven't figured out how what's happened with my because I have to sign into um God play, and for some reason it's saying that my passwords are all wrong. So I will still have a look at that one day, Danny. Thank you for the code. I do appreciate it. Yeah, do that instead, Goblin. Pick on Crafty. Team Yankee. That was it. Thank you, Crafty. Yeah. Oh, wounded at the second battle of the Somme. Ouch. I do. I do like the way you misspelt that, Crafty. That is funny. Cust City. It's probably that too, actually. It's probably Cust as well. uh, is this we're going where I'm thinking it's going, Crafty? Oh, I thought you were going to tell them that the prisoner of war thing. Uh, my Soviets for bolt action are pretty extensive collection infantry wise. Always need more tanks though. Yeah, but infantry is the Russian way, isn't it? Do you like a tank rider rush army? Okay. The man who walked up the hill and came down a mountain. Crafty's great granddad was the Irishman. uh, hmm. Well, It was still a great film. Yeah, yeah. Have you noticed Yamuk isn't in today? He must be off on his one of his uh, espionage cases. we keep trying to push Yamuk to watch that film. Ew! I just ew. I was just trying to get a nice point back on my brush. I forgot why I didn't have a nice point on my brush. Ew. Oh, that's gross. Oh, that made me feel quite sick. Anyway. Yeah. But you brought it up, Crafty. You brought it up. Yeah, that's about right, Goblin. That sums up my life. My lungs, my body is gone. It's uh, yeah. So yeah, maybe drop zone or drop zone commander, is it? Or drop fleet? Yeah, it's the space one. Drop zone. Right. Yeah. Maybe I'll think about one of those. See if they got some offer on somewhere. Well, yeah. Thanks for coming out today, guys. Yeah, I'm feeling great to be honest. The beginning of the stream, not feeling brilliant mentally. So yeah, you cheered me up. It's been a fun time. Right. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know, Crafty, and you'll have to tell me what factions you've got so I don't double up. Ah, Danny, it happens. It happens. But yeah, you you guys are you're a tonic. There you go. I'll be all right. I'll be all right, Zukov. I don't. I'm one of those people feel uncomfortable when people give me compliments or try to, make me feel better. So I try not to mention stuff like it because it makes me feel worse. I'm not used to having people be nice to me. That's why I'm friends with Crafty. He puts me in my place. He's never nice to me. Thank you, Danny. That's better. This is true. I called him sexy. Oh. Oh, okay. On that bombshell. So anyone watching the VOD of this later, check out my Discord. Wow, that's thrown me. Check out the Discord, and such riveting conversations carry on in the Discord. And you can speak with all of these crazy people to your heart's content. And if you are cursed by the mummy's curse, it's nothing to do with me. It wasn't my idea. But yeah, thanks for coming out. Thanks for having fun, etc. Until next time, it's goodbye from me, Welsh Miniature Ball Gamer.